Stop scrolling for a second, because if you don't change something about yourself this year, nothing in your life will. 2026 isn't just another year. It's the year you stop waiting for permission to live the life you actually deserve and start rebuilding yourself from the ground up. Think about it. The person you are today, that's not your full potential. That's not who you were meant to be. Somewhere under the routines, the distractions, and the doubts, there's a version of you that's stronger, more confident, more magnetic. And here's the secret: 2026 is your chance to meet that person. Self-assessment is the foundation of rebuilding yourself because it forces you to confront the reality of who you are right now, without sugarcoating or excuses. Most people avoid this step because it's uncomfortable. It means looking at your life honestly and admitting where you've fallen short, where habits are holding you back, and where choices have kept you stagnant. This isn't about shame or self-criticism, it's about clarity. When you take the time to really assess yourself, you uncover patterns that repeat in your life, moments where fear, doubt, or laziness took over, and decisions that may have led you away from your potential. Self-assessment also requires looking at your strengths, the skills, traits, and experiences that can actually propel you forward if you use them consciously. It's about balancing accountability with recognition of what's already working for you. The process often starts with simple questions. What am I proud of? Where do I struggle most? What do I want to change but keep avoiding? Answering these questions honestly creates a roadmap because you start to see the gaps between where you are and where you want to be. It also prepares your mind for the next steps in rebuilding. Without self-assessment, any attempt to grow is like building a house without a foundation. You might add walls or paint, but it won't last. By being brutally honest with yourself, you gain the insight and control needed to make intentional choices rather than reactive ones. Self-assessment is a mirror, sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes confronting, but always necessary. The more time you dedicate to understanding yourself, the clearer your path becomes, and the stronger your foundation for transformation in the year ahead. Letting go is one of the most powerful, yet often overlooked, steps in rebuilding yourself. It's not just about physically removing things from your life, it's about releasing the emotional weight, the old stories, and the patterns that keep you trapped in the past. Every grudge you hold, every regret you replay, and every fear that convinces you to stay safe instead of growing acts like invisible chains, quietly limiting your potential. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending things didn't happen. It means acknowledging what has shaped you, accepting that some things cannot be changed, and choosing not to let them dictate your present or future. It's about distinguishing between what serves your growth and what drags you backward. This process often requires courage because it challenges deeply ingrained habits and attachments, whether they're to people, outcomes, or even your own identity. Many hold on to toxic relationships or environments because they are familiar, even if they cause pain, but true transformation demands that you step away from what no longer aligns with the person you want to become. Letting go is also about forgiving, not necessarily for others, but for yourself, so that guilt, shame, or resentment no longer weigh down your progress. It is in this release that clarity begins to emerge. When you let go, you create space for new opportunities, new habits, and new relationships that align with the life you are building. It is a conscious act of prioritizing your growth over comfort and choosing the path of freedom over stagnation. The act of letting go is often uncomfortable, even painful, but it is transformative because it signals to yourself and the world that you are ready to move forward, unburdened and fully committed to becoming the version of yourself that 2026 deserves. Goal clarity is the compass that guides every decision, habit, and effort when you're rebuilding yourself. Without it, you're moving through life like a ship without a rudder, expending energy but never reaching the destination you truly desire. Clarity starts with asking yourself precise questions. What do I really want to achieve in 2026? What kind of person do I want to become emotionally, professionally, and socially? The answers must be specific and vivid, not vague notions like, I want to be happy or I want to improve. When your goals are clear, they become a reference point for every choice you make, filtering out distractions and focusing your energy where it matters most. Goal clarity also transforms motivation. When you have a tangible target, your daily actions gain meaning because they are building towards something real, something measurable. It pushes you to prioritize your time and make decisions that align with the future version of yourself, rather than reacting impulsively to immediate comfort or fear. Moreover, clear goals help you anticipate challenges. When you know what you're aiming for, you can plan for obstacles, develop strategies to overcome them, and maintain resilience when setbacks occur. Clarity is not rigid. It allows for adaptation while keeping your ultimate vision in sight. Many people fail not because they lack effort, but because they are unclear about what they're striving for, scattering their energy across too many directions. By defining your goals with precision and conviction, you create a map for transformation. Each small action, each decision becomes intentional and aligned, accelerating your growth. Goal clarity turns abstract aspirations into a practical, actionable path, and it transforms rebuilding yourself from a vague desire into a structured, achievable plan that can shape the person you want to become in 2026. Daily habits are the small, consistent actions that quietly shape the person you become over time. While big goals inspire us, it's the habits that actually produce results. Rebuilding yourself in 2026 isn't about sporadic bursts of motivation or dramatic one-off changes. It's about the tiny choices you make every single day. Each morning you decide to wake up earlier, focus on your health, or dedicate time to learning. You're laying bricks in the foundation of your future self. Habits also create momentum. When repeated consistently, they become automatic, freeing mental energy and making progress feel effortless rather than forced. This is why so many people fail despite wanting change. They rely on willpower alone, which is finite, instead of designing systems that support them. Habits are a way of tricking your future self into becoming the person you want to be. But not all habits are equal, and rebuilding yourself requires choosing ones that align directly with your goals. That might mean starting the day with reflection or journaling to stay aligned with your vision, exercising to build energy and confidence, or setting aside time for skills that advance your career. The key is consistency and incremental improvement, aiming for small, sustainable steps rather than extreme, unsustainable routines. Daily habits also reinforce identity. When you act in alignment with the person you want to become every day, you start to embody that identity. Over time, this transforms your mindset, your confidence, and your results without the constant struggle of forcing change. In essence, habits are the bridge between intention and reality. They are the engine that turns your goals into measurable progress. By committing to intentional daily practices, you steadily rebuild yourself in a way that is sustainable, tangible, and unstoppable throughout 2026. If you're ready to rebuild yourself this year, pause right now and write down one thing you're letting go of and one thing you're committing to building. Do that, and you've just taken the first real step toward the new you. Confidence building is one of the most crucial elements of rebuilding yourself because it's the engine that drives action. Without confidence, even the clearest goals and the best habits can falter because you won't believe you are capable of achieving them. Confidence isn't something you are simply born with. It's something you construct moment by moment through your choices and experiences. It begins with small wins, taking action even when you feel unsure, facing challenges head-on, and proving to yourself that you can handle more than you imagined. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, no matter how small, you strengthen your belief in yourself. Equally important is how you speak to yourself. Confidence grows when you replace self-doubt and criticism with curiosity and encouragement. Recognize your progress instead of fixating on mistakes, and you'll start to internalize a sense of competence and capability. Surrounding yourself with supportive people also accelerates confidence because it reinforces your value and reduces the impact of negative voices that may hold you back. Confidence is not arrogance, it is quiet certainty, the feeling that you are equipped to handle life's challenges and pursue your goals without waiting for permission or validation. It also becomes a feedback loop. As you act with confidence, people respond positively, which strengthens your self-belief, allowing you to take bigger risks and achieve bigger results. Building confidence is a gradual process. It is about taking consistent, intentional actions that prove to yourself that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of the life you want. In this way, confidence transforms from a fleeting emotion into a steady foundation, giving you the courage, clarity, and momentum to rebuild yourself in 2026 in a way that is both authentic and powerful. A mindset shift is one of the most transformative steps when it comes to rebuilding yourself because it changes the lens through which you view your life. The truth is, growth begins in the mind long before it shows up in your reality. If you approach 2026 with the same thought patterns, limiting beliefs, and habits that held you back before, nothing will change, no matter how much effort you put in. A mindset shift means moving from a mentality of scarcity, fear, and self-doubt to one of possibility, empowerment, and ownership. It's about taking responsibility for your life instead of blaming circumstances, other people, or past mistakes. This shift also requires reprogramming the way you perceive challenges. Instead of seeing failures as proof that you're not good enough, you start to see them as lessons, opportunities to grow, and stepping stones toward becoming stronger. The shift isn't about forcing positivity. It's about cultivating resilience, curiosity, and self-trust. It means actively questioning the stories you tell yourself, identifying when your thinking is keeping you stuck, and consciously choosing perspectives that align with growth and progress. Surrounding yourself with people who embody the mindset you want to adopt accelerates this process because their energy and thinking rub off on you, creating an environment that reinforces change. A mindset shift also enhances decision-making because you start to act from possibility rather than fear, from confidence rather than hesitation. Over time, this mental recalibration rewires your behaviors, boosts your motivation, and transforms setbacks into opportunities. When your mindset shifts, you no longer wait for life to happen to you. You become proactive, resilient, and empowered, laying the psychological foundation that makes rebuilding yourself in 2026 not only possible, but inevitable. Networking and relationships are some of the most powerful forces in rebuilding yourself because the people you surround yourself with shape your thinking, your habits, and even the opportunities that come your way. Growth rarely happens in isolation, and if you want 2026 to be a year of transformation, you have to evaluate the company you keep. Some relationships lift you, challenge you, and inspire you to be better, while others drain your energy, keep you stuck, or even reinforce self-doubt. Choosing who you allow close to your life is as important as choosing the goals you pursue. Networking isn't about collecting contacts or having a long list of names. It's about building authentic connections with people who bring value, wisdom, and perspective into your journey. Surrounding yourself with individuals who have the mindset, habits, and success you aspire to helps you internalize those qualities over time. Relationships also teach accountability. When you're around people who expect excellence or who push you to grow, you're more likely to follow through on commitments and stay disciplined. Equally, supportive relationships provide a safe space to explore, fail, and learn without judgment, which is critical during any period of personal transformation. Being intentional with your network also opens doors to opportunities you might never reach alone, from career advancements to collaborations and personal growth experiences. It's not about using people for gain, but about creating a mutual ecosystem where growth, support, and challenge coexist. Building and maintaining strong relationships requires effort, communication, and authenticity, but the payoff is immense. The right connections accelerate your growth, expand your perspective, and provide both inspiration and practical guidance, making the process of rebuilding yourself in 2026 far more achievable, enjoyable, and sustainable. Celebrating progress is a critical, yet often underestimated, part of rebuilding yourself because it reinforces the changes you are making and keeps your motivation alive. Many people focus so much on the end goal that they overlook the value of recognizing the small wins along the way, and that's where momentum fades. Every step forward, no matter how minor it seems, is proof that your efforts are working and that you are capable of growth. Celebrating progress isn't about vanity or self-congratulation. It's about acknowledgement, gratitude, and creating positive reinforcement that encourages you to keep going. This could mean marking milestones, reflecting on improvements in your habits, or even just taking a moment to appreciate how far you've come compared to where you started. Recognition builds confidence because it reminds you of your capability, strengthens your self-belief, and counteracts the inner voice that focuses on setbacks or imperfections. It also makes the journey enjoyable, turning the process of rebuilding yourself into something sustainable instead of a constant struggle or grind. Celebrating progress helps you stay connected to your purpose because it highlights tangible evidence that your actions are aligned with your goals, reinforcing your motivation. Additionally, when you acknowledge small wins, you naturally create a cycle of positivity. Progress encourages more action, action creates more results, and results fuel further progress. This mindset shift transforms your journey from one of pressure and stress to one of empowerment and momentum. Over time, celebrating progress becomes an essential habit in itself, shaping how you perceive challenges and achievements, and making the work of rebuilding yourself in 2026 feel both rewarding and inspiring at every stage. So here's the truth. 2026 isn't just another year to drift through. It's a chance to shed what's holding you back, define who you want to be, and take deliberate steps every single day to become that person. You've seen the steps. Assess yourself honestly. Let go of what no longer serves you. Get crystal clear on your goals. Build habits that stick. Cultivate confidence. Shift your mindset. Surround yourself with the right people, and celebrate every win along the way. Each of these is a tool, and together they form the blueprint for the version of yourself you've been waiting to meet. Rebuilding isn't easy. It takes courage, consistency, and the willingness to face discomfort. But nothing worthwhile ever comes without effort. The moment you decide to take control, to act with intention, and to refuse to settle for anything less than your best self, you set a chain reaction into motion. Opportunities multiply, confidence grows, and doors you never imagined start to open. 2026 can be the year you stop waiting, stop doubting, and start becoming. You are capable of more than you realize, stronger than you believe, and more deserving than you've allowed yourself to feel. So step into this year with focus, with purpose, and with the commitment to rebuild yourself, because the only limit is the one you accept, and the only life worth living is the one you build.